Hello, my name is B.Rose. Today I will be discussing a recent issue within Australia's history. The issue I have chosen is Kevin Rudd's apology to Indigenous Australians. Furthermore, I will explore how incorporating this issue into curriculum can assist with educating students about identity, difference and acceptance. The purpose of reflecting on this event is to create awareness of the issue and how the happenings of the past led to why this event took place. In addition to awareness, the objectives are to also promote an appreciation of what Indigenous culture has to offer within our society and therefore acceptance of not only Indigenous cultures but cultural and difference as a whole within our society. Let's now take a look at this historical event. On the 13th of February 2008, the federal government said sorry to the Indigenous community of Australia for the injustices of their stolen generations. This day marked a new beginning for Australian society. This was a time when the government had acknowledged and apologised in the effort to put right the wrongful happenings of the past. It was an event that was to give both Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians some closure of the past and allow them to move on, embrace their identities and continue the journey of reconciliation. As quoted by Kevin Rudd on February 13, 2008, "We have come together to deal with the past so that we might fully embrace the future. That future is now." On this particular milestone of history, Kevin Rudd continued by asking non-Indigenous Australians, "Imagine if this had happened to us." The term "this" referring to the issues of the stolen generation, a time when the government's policies and practices saw an estimated 50,000 Aboriginal children removed from their families and homes based on the fact that they were Aboriginal. This event created an important era in uniting all Australians with awareness, understanding, empathy and mutual respect. It began the start of what the Kurima refers to as the closing of the gap between differences based on culture, therefore promoting equal opportunities for all Australians. As this event is the beginning of a long road ahead, it is important for educators to consider incorporating such an event within their learning curriculum in order to further discourage the issues of prejudice and discrimination. As educators, it is our responsibility to contribute by helping to break down the barriers of difference. This particular event provides many great opportunities for promoting acceptance and respect for difference. If we reflect on this event further within our curriculum, we are able to explore the historical content in a context that explores difference and promotes further insight and understanding. If we begin by introducing such a curriculum in the early years of schooling, we then have the opportunity to reinforce the acceptance of difference and promote positive self-identity. Young children need to know that it is okay to be different, no matter what the difference is. Such a curriculum is adaptable to be utilised with any level of education, but it is important to firstly lay these foundations in the early years. In this instance, I will focus on students in years 1 to 2. The introduction of this curriculum will focus on firstly developing an appreciation for the diversity of Indigenous culture. This will then scaffold as students move through to the higher grades of schooling. With these ideas, I will refer to Ashman and Elkins when they discuss that values, attitudes and prejudice develop early in life. Children combine their experiences and knowledge with assumptions and beliefs about the world. Let's now take a look at some ideas for positive learning experiences. Young children love stories. This would be a great opportunity for children to share in the wonder of Dreamtime stories. Children can learn about songs, music and dances from Indigenous culture. Children can learn simple words from Aboriginal languages. Children can learn about and experience Aboriginal art and symbol making. Within this curriculum, students also have the opportunity to share aspects of their own individual identities that may constitute a type of difference. This could relate to anything that they would like to share with the class. It could relate to ability, culture, or a special interest, hobby or event within their life. The students would be encouraged to share pictures, stories, or any artefacts that relate to their identities. As we have focused on difference, it could also be important to focus on similarity, as it could be valuable to not just focus on what makes us different to one another, but also what makes us the same. Here I will refer to what is known as the common in-group identity model, which was developed by Davidio, Goetner and Associates, Ashman and Elkins, 2009. This model focuses on avoiding exclusion within the social context by focusing on the shared characteristics of others and redirecting attention away from difference. With this in mind, we could introduce activities within the curriculum that would focus on what makes us similar to others. As an example, we could find as many classmates that have the same coloured eyes, the same age, same hobbies. The list could go on. The point that I am trying to make is that it would be beneficial to utilise a balance of what can make us both the same and different to others, not just one or the other. Both areas are a valuable part of identity that need to be explored and not ignored. Both help individuals to understand and relate to another. The social theorist Weeks sums up these ideas further. Weeks, 1990, Austin, 2005, defines our identity as about belonging, about what you have in common with some people and what differentiates you from others. At its most basic, it gives you a sense of personal location, the stable core to your individuality. At the centre, however, are the values we share or wish to share with others.